Day 1 of Phobos. Here we go. I'm recording this from Michelle's setup, but the rest of the days will be from my house. So shout out to Michelle. Anyways, this beginning is definitely the easiest part of Phobos. You just have to jump through some fakes, and once you know what to do, it's kind of impossible to fail. And then you head into this memory cube section. And honestly, it was a little confusing on what I was supposed to do. There's just this one off-screen orb timing that you had to hit, and then this one semi-tricky orb click, and then we head into one of the worst sections of Phobos, this UFO, where if you mess up your click pattern, you will die to this spike. Luckily though, everything after the UFO is actually pretty easy. Then it throws you to this wave part. Quite a few people have told me that it's a common choke point, but since I beat Sonic Wave, this is no problem for me. I'm never gonna beat the wave carried allegations, am I? But it's once you reach 50% where the true difficulty of Phobos kicks in. Starting with this ship transition. And even for my first day of practice, it was causing me problems. I don't have too much practice with momentum-based ship because you essentially just have to trust yourself that you can control your way through. You don't play this ship, you just believe in it. But god damn it, it's so annoying because this section is so hard. So why is everything else of Phobos so goddamn easy? I'm telling you, everything before this point is like hard demon gameplay at max. But it's fine. Actually, no, it's not fine. It gets worse. See, I made this comment about Phobos.
I think this will take me a week. I don't think it'll be too bad.
No, a week. Okay. Yeah, just 7 days. Why is this video 30 minutes long? Then comes a 60% dual ship. And in this ship, you have to pray to the gods that your ship is aligned. Because half of the time, your ship will be misaligned, making this part literally impossible. See, Phobos is legendary because it introduces a new skill type. There's skill-based gameplay, memory-based gameplay, and then this is faith-based gameplay, which teaches you the only way to pass this part is by praying to RNGesus. Because I swear to God, this part is just pure RNG. And then from the ship, it turns into the infamous Phobos duel. The one that everyone recognizes because, damn, this duel sure is hard.
That wasn't too bad. I'll learn how to do that later. I do not want to learn that right now, bro. I'm gonna procrastinate on that.
After all, it is just day 1, so I wanted to take it easy. I'm not avoiding the duel, okay? I'm just emotionally preparing for it. I swear. You know what Phobos feels like actually? It feels like every other part is trash. You have one good section, and then a bad section, and then a good section, and then a bad section. It's just a trash sandwich. But this 65% UFO is actually fairly straightforward, but there is some tech that you need to know. At first I thought that I needed to swoop up my ship right here, but I found out that I wasn't getting enough airtime to make it through. But for now I'm gonna skip it and then make my way back to it. Then we go into an off-screen ship part at 70% that I somehow fluked first try. What the heck?
Okay, this is pretty easy though.
And well, because I fluked it first try, I mistakenly called it pretty easy. I will come to regret those words. I actually think I cursed myself here. I might be a witch. Then after going through some tight ball gameplay, it goes into what might quite possibly be the worst transition of all time. I mean, look at this. For the first 2 clicks of this section, you literally can't see. The hardest part of Phobos is probably concentrated around right here at 80% because this final click requires an insanely precise timing with this UFO. And then it switches you to Woogie's part, which is honestly just a really easy straight fly. Then it hits you with the infamous line. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This right here is why people hate Phobos. This white line. You either die to the line itself or get under the line and die to the spike. And with such a precise timing at 87%, let's hope that I don't die here from 0. Then it heads into a short break and then into a flying ship maze. I figured the first thing I needed to do was practice the duel because the faster I master this 60% duel, the faster I beat Phobos. The real tricky part is this section right here where a UFO has to enter this column while also not hitting the spikes. And I just prayed and randomly spammed, and after a while I did it for the first time. You can tell though that I desperately needed to learn a click pattern because man, I'm just not getting anywhere in this duel.
Okay, let's try to do the ending.
See, I'm lazy and I was starting to realize how hard this duel actually was, and I really wanted to procrastinate on learning it because if you're anything like me, I hate learning. I honestly don't even know how I graduated high school. One of my mods, GP is the best, who has previous progress on Phobos, let me in on some much needed tech. Apparently, according to him, you could actually do this entire ship section in just 3 clicks? What? I didn't believe him at first, but here's what you have to do. You have to let go and then do your first click on this blue orb, which will throw you to the roof. Then you have to simply hit this yellow orb and then aim downwards so you hit this blue portal and bam, that's literally it. You just fly yourself through the rest of the ship, and eventually after enough practice, I mastered this ship section and did it once in regular speed. So I practiced every part a couple times and then went back to the 60% UFO where I tried to figure out how to do this transition. Oh!
go?
It turns out all you had to do was aim low into the portal and then do one click immediately after, which will very satisfyingly throw you upward. And while practicing the 63% UFO, I somehow managed to die to 87%, which is a Phobos rite of passage.
Nice! That's what I'm talking about. I don't think it, I just can't see it as taking me more than a week to beat.
1 week? The final run I had for day 1 was 75 through 100%, which I'll take considering 50% and onwards is the hardest part of Phobos.
Yeah! 75 to 100, that's what I'm talking about!
This was a really hectic day 1, and who knows, if I keep up this progress, maybe I really will beat Phobos in a week. Day 2 and I'm finally back home, and I'm ready to grind Phobos. And by the way, it's nice seeing my humble beginnings here because I was averaging like 20 viewers during this stream, and this is before some of my shorts blew up, and soon enough, I'm gonna be averaging 10 times this amount, which is insane to think about. This Phobos completion really shows my progression as a YouTuber. Regardless, I couldn't procrastinate anymore, and I had to lock in on the technical side of Phobos. My goal for today is potentially get 50 through 100, and then like something like 35 through 70. I was also struggling quite a bit on this 70% ship transition. It's a lot harder than it looks for sure, and the main problem I had was that my ship was just going down way too far. Regardless though, we built consistency to practice. And one thing we had to learn before anything else is this 60% duel. I literally whipped up Aeon Air's guide to Phobos. When in doubt, you consult the ancient texts. And it was surprisingly useful. He said for this part right here where you had to spam, the best way to do it is by doing 5 separate clicks. And it worked very well. It looked like he's literally dead. Chad, look at his eyes. Does this guy ever sleep? Who would have thought that randomly spamming wasn't a valid strategy? And randomly, in the middle of my stream, I got rated by who might be the biggest jump to dash streamer. Zoink! He rated me with 1,000 viewers!
Oh my god, he actually
Oh my
did.
god, he actually rated! My chat started spamming play deadlock, and I totally beat it first try without dying. Don't look back into the VOD. Alright, if I beat deadlocked first attempt, I need one person donating $100 and everyone must follow on the spot.
Don't choke.
Wait! No! Wait, it's not what it looks like! Wait! No, it's not what it looks like. I got nervous, chat. No, wait, I got nervous. Yo, chill.
Can you make your following alert smaller or somewhere in the corner? Oh, okay, sure. Alright, there we go, chat.
Your voice is very nice to listen to. Really? Bro, people say 3 things about my voice. Okay, 1, they think I'm a femboy.
Welcome.
2, I have too high-pitched of a voice.
And 3, I don't know, actually. I just made up a number.
Anyways, after having some fun with my chat, I wanted to start connecting runs. And not only did I want a fat 50 through 100%, I also wanted to start connecting runs from the beginning to the end. And what I mean by that is getting a run like 30 through 70%, since the hardest part of Phobos is the second half. But it's hard to concentrate on practicing when your own girlfriend starts rage baiting you about Phobos!
Babe, can you just hold when you're in the dual ship? Like, how hard is it?
It's so much harder than it looks like, okay? Okay?
You always die in the bottom.
Anyways, though, from 30%, I had some half-decent runs, like 27 through 50, which is another 25% of the level done. Especially after getting 13 through 37, I figured I should play from 0% and see how far I can make it. However, I was just gonna mindlessly grind from 0%. I'm gonna be using a strategy called the switch strat, which is when I die to a part from 0%, I will swap over to that start position and reinforce the correct click pattern in my mind. And unironically, doing this back and forth switching made me feel a lot more confident about the UFO. Alright, chat, I think I'm playing from 0! I'm not gonna lie, I think 50% is possible. Let's lock in. And I knew that once I made it past the UFO, I could make it really far. And that's exactly what I did, getting 26%, then 43% until I ended my streak at 50%. Ooh! That's what I'm talking about!
Let's go!
Sheesh! Day 2 of Phobos and I got 50%? Maybe I really will beat Phobos in 7 days like I predicted. This is actually crazy. Guys, I love beating extreme demons, man. But I also love making videos. And so we move on to day 3, where I was feeling very motivated. I wasn't able to get 50 to 100% yesterday, although I guess you could say 50% is even better than that. But I was aiming to get it in 2 runs, which is to get the other half done. So I went straight to work. And while I was warming up, I somehow did this. What the? Oh, I skipped the portal! I didn't even know you could skip this speed portal. By the way, this was the only time this has ever happened in my entire playthrough of Phobos. And I was a lot more consistent at this duel now, thanks to the sleep buff. Like 20 minutes into this stream, I got a comment from this viewer saying how in the world I only have 7 viewers. Oh my, how times have changed. Why do you only have 7 viewers? Oh, I mean, I appreciate it. I don't really care about my viewers though. Well, okay, not like that. No. Wait. You will see throughout this video video that my chat will just get more and more filled. But seriously, this comment aids like milk under direct sunlight. And from 50%, I also did the duel for the first time, all in one run. Wait, we did that though! We did the duel! But now I have a new problem. I kept dying to 63% right afterwards. Like, I swear, every time you fix one problem in Geometry Dash, a new one disappears. It's a never-ending game of cat and mouse. I didn't want to spend the entirety of my focus just getting 50 to 100% today, so I made sure to split up my training. I did some practice in the first half, played from 0, and I was getting pretty close to my goal, and it felt like I was passing this duel every attempt, even dying to a click at the ball. No! But unfortunately, remember the line of hell? Well, I got lined from 50%. No! That was it! No! That was the run! Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. 50 to 87% is obviously not 50 to 100. But it's definitely good enough. And I was very happy with that. Dude, I would have made it to 100! I just needed to get past the final choke point. So today, I didn't get any new bests, but this was amazing consistency. So basically, no progress on paper, but massive progress mentally. And so on day 4, there's only one thing left to do. Play from 0% and get a new best. The first thing I did though was put in some extra practice on swooping into the line to make sure I don't die there again. Because it would be very sad dying to 87% in a real run. Guys, I know I need to swoop upwards, but I swear to God, it feels so random every time. And with the big run from yesterday, my confidence was sky high. Bro, guys, I feel like I've mastered Phobos. I actually got this in the bag, chat. Now, here's the thing. At this point, most of my runs ended at 13%. Some of these UFO timings are just legit impossible, though. And I'm definitely far from mastering the UFO. And honestly, calling it inconsistent is me being generous. But that's okay. Now, when I'm not playing from 0, I'm grinding consistency from 50%. And I eventually got 57 through 94%. No! Wait, that's like all the difficulty of Phobos. Literally 100%. Oh my gosh. Chat, this is my goal. If I get here by the end of today, I'm really happy with my progress. And so I did some very intense practice from 0. And man, I was the most consistent I think I've ever been. No! Oh my God, that consistency is insane! Although by this point, I've been grinding for an hour straight and figured I needed to take a break. So I did some meditation on stream and then played Bloons TD6 as well. Shout out to Bloons TD6, by the way. I love this game. Let me know if you guys want a video on this. But the break was exactly what I needed because when I came back, saying I cooked would be an understatement. That's what I'm talking about! Yeah! That's the goal I wanted! And for the rest of the day, I just played from 0, but I didn't get much. And I wanted to keep the momentum heading into day 5. And it was on day 5 where my shorts kind of started taking off and I was starting to average a lot more viewers. And because of my new viewership, a new meme has emerged. The dreaded 92%. Yeah, I guess it's time to talk about this. So apparently, this guy called Vortrox died to 92% on Phobos and had a very wholesome reaction, to say the least. And he has now become a meme because Vortrox seems to die to 92% on every level that he touches. And so now the viewers think that they could pass the curse onto me. Nice try, guys, but I'm not curseable. I mean, I already cursed myself earlier.
I think this will take me a week. I don't think it'll be too bad.
And so today, I decided to spend the bulk of my time really grinding out 0% and getting a new best. Although I did die to some spots that are really questionable. No! Bruh!
Road to SAKUPEN Circles.
And eventually, I would have my first real run. Finally making it to the... Did someone just follow me while I was reading my script? But eventually, I'll have my first real run. Finally making it to the hard part of Phobos. 50%. Ah! No! Even though it might be frustrating dying to the trust fall exercise, I kept my composure and stayed positive while playing Phobos. You know what though? Remember, chat, we don't get mad, we're happy about the consistency. I tried to think of ways to try to help me stay focused, and I figured switching to Zoink icons might give me some powers. If I look like him, maybe I'll play like him too. Maybe the power of Zoink can help us beat this. Wait, chat, what would Zoink say? He says arf arf? Please don't tell me Zoink genuinely says that on stream. He says, okay, let me fluke from 0 real quick. Alright, bet. Alright, hold on, chat. Zoink cosplay, are you ready? Let's go fluke from 0. Let me get my paw. Arf, arf! New podist. Turns out icons don't transfer skill, and I wasn't used to play with Zoink's wave icon, and because of that it threw me off and I needed to switch things up. Instead I decided to try aura farming on stream. W aura farm. Let's lock the hell in! Let's go! And hopefully give me the confidence to get me a new best. I'm passively gaining 200 aura every second here. But all jokes aside, I was fairly consistent. Died to the UFO less, getting farther more often, and overall it was really just a vibe. But I felt like I was getting the mind block of the century with the amount of times I died to 50. But surely I would just pass it once. When I did, I got my chance and ran away with it. Let's go! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! 65%! And to make things even better, remember the duel I've been worrying about all this time? I literally did it first try when I came around to it. Now that's what I call improvement. Maybe my prediction was actually right all along. I was beating Phobos in 7 days. But it all depends on how day 6 goes. So I booted up my stream. This time I streamed right when I came back from the gym, which meant I still had all of my energy and I was hungry for a new best. But during my runs, I kept dying to deaths I've literally never died to before, which may seem like a bad thing, but I know better. If you haven't watched my coaching videos, you should know that when you're in a situation like this where you keep dying to deaths you've never died to, it's a sign of very high neuroplasticity, which means you're doing very efficient practice. So I tried not to let these deaths get to me and focused up. Trust me, this is what progress really looks like. Yeah, sure, on paper this day might have seemed pretty bad, choke into spots that I really don't struggle to, but man, my consistency passing the UFO was absolutely insane. I mean, basically every attempt I got to at least 19%. Then, out of nowhere, I also received a $100 donation? Yo! And so, of course, $100 is a lot of money, so you knew I had to throw it back. My hopes were high, so I grinded away, and I had many great runs. No, dude! Like, when in that run chat, I was actively thinking about, like, okay, I gotta make sure to let go for the dual transition, and I guess because I was thinking that, I just died a really unlucky death. No! No! No, dude! This one right here was different from all the rest. Because yes, I died once again, but this run, I was stone cold. Alright chat, guys, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm starting to feel a lot less nervous. I was getting tired and I really wanted to end stream, but I didn't want to stop playing Phobos either. Yeah, I mean, I gotta take a break though. Like at this point, it's just not worth me playing so much right now. So I played some Phobos offline, off stream. And guys, you're not gonna believe this, but I got 64% on Phobos off camera. Except when I was recording, I forgot to swap up my screen to Geometry Dash, and I was literally just recording my face cam. But hey, at least you can hear the gameplay, so you know I'm not lying. No! No! I just got 65% again! You can literally see the moment that I realized my OBS was recording my face cam the entire time. You could literally watch my soul leave my body. And so on day 7, when I put it in the title that I got 65% 2 times, you can imagine that some of my viewers would be a little confused. But then my girlfriend started controlling my stream as if she was the one playing.
Alright, if anyone can guess the next new best correctly, Insta mod.
What? Whoa, yo, you can't be saying things like that. What if it's like the worst
Put your
person
number down.
What if the worst person alive guesses is right?
67, 68?
Yo,
okay, I'll remember this.
Yo, this isn't your stream. This is my stream. Anyways, day 7 is a really important day for 2 reasons. 1, this is the final day for my prediction. I think this will take me a week. I don't think it'll be too bad. Which, let's be honest, we've all seen the video. There's no universes my last day. But day 2, this was the day of the creation of the Michelle Funk remix of Phobos. It all started with a message from my chat that recommended me to replace the song lyrics with Michelle saying them. You should replace critical error with Michelle saying it. Wait, that's actually peak! So I asked my chat if I should actually do that, and they were extremely enthusiastic. And so I did that. I grabbed the current funk mashup that I was using, and I had Michelle replace the words, and the end result sounded like this.
Critical error.
Hey, wait, let's remix it on the down low.
Blood for the blood god. Step forth and be ready.
Guys, that's cinema.
Hopefully now, with the power of my girlfriend's voice, I could beat Phobos. But it was this stream that I've come to a great realization. I'm cooked. Phobos turned out to be quite the challenge. Too many deaths at this wave, chat. And I'm talking about parts that I originally thought were easy, but ended up being difficult. Like this wave section I kept dying to. Oh my god. What is up with me today? And it was especially on day 7 where the vibe block was really showing. But what's insane is that every once in a while, I will get a really far run like 50%, which boosted my confidence a little more. Just enough to keep me addicted. Day 7 was either me dying to this wave or me dying to 50%, and there was no in between. I just needed one really good run. My streak ended at 64%. It's so easy to die there, man. Unfortunately, this is exactly how I died last time. And I made the grave mistake of not going back on that start position and fixing how I died, because I had to mentally remember to click later on this portal. But it was a great learning experience because I know that now. So in the future when I play more extreme demons, I'm able to play more efficiently. Learn from my mistake, kids. Mr. 92 also joined my live stream for the first time.
Goat himself is here.
God himself is here to witness me beat Phobos. And Vortrox also likes my mashup, which is a massive W for the Tato X3 community. A lot more happened on day 7, but honestly, I'm gonna just skip by it since, well, it's all the same suffering anyway. And now we arrive on day 8. Turns out, I didn't do it in 1 week. Who could have possibly predicted that? To start off the stream, for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to do ASMR. Am I rewatching this right? Why did I do this? But day 8 is different. It was apparent that I became a god overnight. I started off the day with a staggering 58% run. No! And then right after, died to the exact same thing.
Sun behind cloud emoji. Sun behind
No!
cloud emoji.
Bro!
Sun behind cloud emoji.
Shut up!
Sun
Okay,
behind
Mon's
cloud
ban that
emoji.
guy! Although in my defense, some guy was spamming the TTS with emojis. Valid crash out if you ask me. But I was never this consistent ever. However, when Michelle was reading chat, she made a comment that had so much aura that it almost sounded like it was straight out of a fog edit.
So this guy only has 5 extremes and his heart is a sonic wave? That sounds hella impressive, bro. It's actually 4 extremes.
While Michelle might be the best hype woman to ever exist, unfortunately, it didn't give me much luck, because I also ended up dying to 60% one more time. Oh my god! But I remained positive. I didn't give up, and like I always say, with new consistency comes a new effect.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh my god, let's go! 82% is amazing, and it's the hope I needed to keep going. Let's go, dude, that's what I'm talking about! Yes! But we're not done yet, because I'm about to end up this stream with a bang. Earlier in the day, I told my chat if I get a new best today, I would mod a random person. And well, I got a new best, and so I have to pay up. But I decided to play a little prank on my chat. So I thought of a random number for 1 to 100, and had my chat randomly choose until someone got it. And then I was going to announce it on the drop of the random beat that I will find. However, what my chat doesn't know is that the beat I chose was a 5-minute long build-up that literally has no drop. And the final result was one of the funniest things that ever happened on stream. I'm gonna play a song, and on the drop of the song, I will reveal who it is. Are you ready? Lock in. It could be you.
Bro is dragging the end.
It's just a really long build-up, guys. This song just has a really long build-up. Ooh, how intense, chat. How intense. We're almost there, chat. Almost there. Guys, it's just a really long build-up, chat. You just on the drop of the song. How long is this build-up? I don't know, bro. This is such a long build-up. Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. DJ, hit the beat! Yeah, drop it! Wait, guys, it's gonna drop, I promise. It's gonna drop. Bro, just say it. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. 8, 7, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Yo, you guys actually all got trolled. Chat, there is no drop. This song is just 5 minutes of build-up, bro. You guys actually just fell for it. You guys are so dumb, bro. It's not even funny. No, it's actually crazy work. The only thing I was hoping was getting good ship alignment. Because if I'm not able to get that, then I'm able to beat Phobos. If roses are red, violets are blue, Tato will die to 92.
Wow.
I really felt like I was able to beat it soon. And for the first time, this didn't feel like copium. I have a real shot of beating this. In fact, I was making it far so often that I was starting to feel bad because it almost felt like I was go baiting my chat. Yo, real talk, chat. Don't you guys ever get tired of typing go? Like, genuinely, you guys have typed go every single attempt I've played. Alright, guys, let's beat hobos. You guys thought I was talking about the level? No, chat, I bet, bro, let's just run up the street and let's just start punching some hobos, bro. Let's beat them up. That's my streamer. And so because of that, I want to do a little trolling. So I decided to start sacrificing them. Alright, this attempt is dedicated to BB12213, but if I get less than 15%, you're banned. We're playing Geometry Dash Russian Roulette. No! This next attempt is dedicated to my mod, Rice Farmer 01. And if I get less than 20%, you're unmodded. You're safe. Put me in, coach! They want in. At what percentage do we gamble that if I don't get it before, they're unmodded? All right, it seems like everyone wants 40. Oh, buddy! Can I get an 07 in chat? Hey, listen. Invisible Knight, it was a W run. Remove as moderator, L Dictator. Alright, you know what? Screw it! Oh, you're calling me L Dictator! You wanna test me, buddy? Yo, if I don't beat it this attempt, you're permanently banned! IP ban! And it definitely seemed like my chat was getting scared. They came for gameplay, but they stayed out of fear. The sacrifices must be made, PCB Mario. I'm very sorry. You're gone, but you're not forgotten. Guys, I actually permabanned him. You guys think I'm joking? I just sacrificed someone. Can I join him? Yo, I got 45% this attempt. If I don't get past 45%, it's Jover. You're banned. The death hour has come. Unfortunately, another viewer must be sacrificed. Don't do it. I like your streams. Yo, I'm sorry, man. I can't look. I can't look. Guys, that hurts. Please don't make me do it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna double down. If I get less than 20% on this attempt, not only am I gonna ban Kupta, I'm also banning 5 random people from my chat. You better goddamn hope it's not you. Uh-oh. Someone's getting banned. What am I feeling? What am I feeling? You're banned! L Dictator! Banned! You have no friends! The banned! You're banned! Next attempt, I'm banning 30 people from my chat. You better goddamn hope if I don't get anything less than 15%. And you know what? I'm only banning people that have numbers in their name. So if you have a number in your name, you're extra cooked. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to play Grim Reaper. And you guys are gonna listen very closely. I'm gonna close my eyes. And I'm gonna leave my cursor right here in the middle of my chat. When I open my eyes, if it lands on someone that has a number in their name, you are permanently banned from my channel. Ooh, I wonder when I'm gonna open my eyes. Ah! Henry 84U98! I'm gonna give you one chance to make me not ban you. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. If you guess the number between 1 and 10, you're not getting banned. You're safe. 1? Buddy, I was thinking of 5. But anyways, I was really hoping I'd beat Phobos on day 10. I mean, surely, right? I was feeling as motivated as ever. And I'm ready to beat Phobos. And I said that I am not ending stream this day until Phobos is beaten. So you know what? Why don't we cue us an epic montage of me grinding out Phobos? No, dude! No, dude. No! Let's go. Come on, come on. One more shot, please. I need one more shot. What? No! Frick! Come on, man! The world wants to see me suffer. But you know what? The world is unfair. So what matters is what you do about it. No! I got nervous. And I haven't felt like this in a very long time, but especially after getting 81%, I started to have the feeling that I was gonna beat it very soon. The exact same feeling I had when I was playing Sonic Wave. And so I kept on pushing. No, dude. The thing is though, the more I played Phobos, the more I realized that I should have stopped. At this point, I was live for around 5 hours, and I should have taken a break. And when I swapped to the 19% start position, I did the unthinkable! I somehow managed to get 19 through 100%. Are you freaking serious? 19 through 100? We got this! We freaking got this today! Yeah, 19 through 100 is basically the entirety of Phobos. And now, all I had to do was do the exact same thing from 0%. But since up to this point, I've been live for 6 hours grinding Phobos straight with no break, I was starting to make very bad decisions, and my mental was really starting to take a toll. And after getting the 70% run on Phobos, I fell in a rut, where I died to 50% over and over again. And so after 9 hours straight of grinding Phobos, I decided to raise the white flag and call it quits. Sometimes the bravest play to make is to Alt F4. But I kept my head high for day 11, because with insane progress I made on day 10, there is no way I wouldn't do it today. The start of the stream was insanely hectic, getting runs such as 75%, 39 through 100%, but even that wasn't enough to get me over the finish line. And so after 2 hours, I put in some motivational speeches to keep me going.
One more run than they make. You just gotta last one more quarter than they last. And if you're willing to execute just a little bit more,
execute just a little bit more! And by the end of it, I was either ready to beat Phobos or run a marathon. One trend that was popping up was that during my practice runs, like this one from 26%, I kept dying to this 75% ball way too many times. A little too many times. Luckily, this time around, I learned from my mistakes and I actually took a break. And I literally played Blues for an hour on stream. Yeah, I stopped playing an Extreme Demon to build dumb little monkey armies. We made it to round 191 though, and we even had a couple Paragons, which is sick. I couldn't beat Phobos, but I sure could smash some balloons. But I yearned for Phobos, and no amount of Paragons can save me from this level. And so I had to keep on trying. And eventually, all of this grinding, all of this practice, all of my blood, sweat, and tears, I had my one golden opportunity to beat Phobos. And I finally had a run past my personal best. I literally couldn't believe it. I got lined. The one thing I was hoping wouldn't happen. Technically speaking, I didn't get lined. I just died going far upwards, running into the wall. But what holds true is the fact that that death was absolutely devastating. I knew I was gonna die to 87, bro. I didn't even get lined. And by this point, I was also nearing the 9-hour mark for Phobos, and I had to call it after this final good run at 70%. And so came day 12, where I was more than confident that my victory at Phobos will come to me. And this time around, I came in with a specific strategy. I relearned some parts that I noticed I died to quite often in the previous day. Here's the thing though, I didn't get much sleep this day, and so I wanted to keep it a short and productive stream. So I really just spent my time doing very dedicated practice and saved my energy for day 13. And this time around, I did not want to play any games. I put up the text that I was locked in, but again, like in day 12, I really dialed in on my mistakes. But even still, it was looking like a repeat of day 9, 10, and 11 because ultimately, I just kept dying to the same spots over and over again. Mainly at 60% where my ship could not get good alignment. And when it does, I just died to the duel right after. And
For some reason, my chat started accusing me of reading chat. When I clearly have it on the bottom left of my stream, then I am definitely not reading chat. This guy's reading chat? What are you gonna do, sue me? I have Michelle as my lawyer. Good luck suing me, buddy. There you go, chat. Absolutely not reading chat. All right, from now on, I'm not reading chat. Yo, college girl, can we stop spamming? Guys, I am definitely not reading chat. Absolutely not reading chat. Like 100%, I'm not reading chat, okay? Absolutely not reading chat. Okay, let me update the text. Bro is reading chat. Dude, I'm actually just talking to myself now. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not reading chat, guys. I'm just making up messages in my head. And so jokes aside, I actually closed chat for real and locked in. But nothing changed. This day was pretty much the same as earlier. And I even had a depth to the bomb, which was really good. No! My ball! My ball! My ball! But not enough. It seemed my consistency really wasn't getting much better. It almost felt like I plateaued. And by the end of the stream, I was pretty exhausted. But I was still motivated enough to keep going, so I decided to do a very rare second Tato X3 stream and played some more Phobos. But even on this stream, I didn't get much progress done. But I had enough on day 14. Because if I got 87%, 81%, 82%, multiple ball deaths, then surely all of this will come down to day 14. And I was ready. I even put on a fancy suit because I really wanted to beat it today. It was a slow start into the stream. An hour in, I didn't really make much progress. I mean, the suit was doing more work than I was. I'm not gonna lie, I might have been going a little crazy. I'm gonna make my own mashup. Are you ready? No. Critical error. You could tell Phobos was literally the only thing on my mind. And well, even though I was excited to start my stream, my mood quickly went downhill when I died to the ending multiple times, including 2 devastating back-to-back deaths at 78%. No! Okay, W run. Chat, no! The worst part is, I went to the start position copy right after and got 74 through 100% first attempt. Meaning, I basically beat the level. And things couldn't get any worse. I died to the ending ball 2 more times afterwards. What is wrong with me, bro? What is actually wrong with me? I mean, it was my lowest point in motivation ever in Phobos. Dying to the ending ball 4 times in one day just takes a toll on anyone. Dude, that's 4 deaths today. But that low point only lasted a couple of seconds until I sat down and really analyzed everything. I mean, yeah, we died to the ending ball 4 times, but we died to the ending ball 4 times. That's the most consistent I've ever been in quite a long time. And for the last 4 days, it felt like I was in the biggest mind block. And now, seemingly, I've broken it. So all I have to do is fix up whatever was going on in that boss section, and I will beat Phobos. So on day 15, I knew I was gonna be it. It was only a matter of time. Ooh, W consistency. Oh my god. Yo, my consistency is like wild right now, Chatteroni. If there was ever a day, it would be this one. And I knew that deep down inside. So I wanted to keep a calm mind. Oh my god, we're actually gonna beat Phobos today. No, we're actually gonna beat it today. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I had quite a successful warm-up and very soon got 60%. And it seemed like my chat knew that as well, considering the amount of times they were spamming I was here. Yeah. I was here to see Tato choke. No, like seriously, let's talk about this. Because these guys were spamming I was here at like 15%. Buddy, what are you here for? I have something to admit. This entire time, I lied. No one's in my chat. In fact, you watching this video, you guys don't exist. You guys are made up of code. You guys are AI. You guys do not live real lives. You guys exist just to watch my live streams and then type I was here at 15% in my chat. That's why you guys exist. My chat was right about one thing though, that they were about to witness something special. Because right after doing some quick consistency practice on the duel section, fate would hit me with this run right here. Because I finally beat Phobos. Just need to have a run that goes my way, chat. That's all I need. Just one run that goes my way.
Congrats on 50k and good luck on beating Phobos.
My people! My people! We have Beat Phobos! I know you're busy! I know you're busy, but guess what?
You beat it?
I beat Phobos!
You did it?
Yeah, I beat Phobos! Okay, chat, are you ready for attempt check? And 1,687, someone do the math. I was so goddamn locked in.
So, are my wave carried allegations gone now, or?
No, I'm still wave carried.